I haven't found my soulmate yet. Everything is yet.
The power of yet.
The power of yet. Yet.
But you're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And look, South Park is known for satire and for mocking people. No one is safe. This isn't the first time they've done an episode on the royal family, but this particular episode was quite scathing and the grains of truth that it held. And I'm not sure how the Sussexes are taking it. Obviously, it is a cartoon.
You just can't leave us alone, can you? Oh my God, he's so obsessed with us.
Wow, I know. Yeah, just have to prove like you have the proof that you're proving that you can prove the proof.
It's divine intervention that God brought you to this podcast today.
Want some pretzels? I put them in a bag myself.
These pretzels are divinely ordered.
The pretzels of Sussex.
And this podcast with Jamie Kern Lima was absolutely car crash. I mean, Jamie Kern Lima is actually a very successful woman, a self-made billionaire. However, she is a fame whore because, she first found fame by appearing on the first series of Big Brother. She believes that she's the new Oprah Winfrey. And the problem is, you realize these are the types of people Meghan Markle is surrounding herself with. And none of them are prepared to ever give her a dose of reality.
Meghan Markle, they've just learned the hardest of lessons, which is, if you start a brawl, do not be surprised if you end up getting punched twice as hard. In fact, South Park has just knocked them out.
There isn't a tear in sight. It's an actor's trick.
Successful lifestyle brand as ever. We sold out of everything in 45 minutes.
Amazing. You've been working so hard.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard. I work very hard and I'm still working very hard. Just not for the royal family. Yet I still insist on being called Her Royal Highness.
Dan, when you do interviews on your show, do you do the Jamie Kern Lima reactions? Yes. Oh my God, there's something wrong with her.
So Meghan thought she was just doing a sweet little podcast with Jamie Kern Lima, like something deep and emotional, but wow, she didn't see what South Park had planned. They came out of nowhere and totally roasted her, like not just teasing. They went in hard, they made fun of her, dramatic pauses and how she kept praising herself, and then boom, social media caught fire. People didn't even need to see the podcast. They just believed what South Park showed, and now what was supposed to be a sweet talk is turning into a joke online, and the hate is only getting louder, and the next hit on her was even worse.
This woman looks to me like a malignant narcissist. This woman has zero self-awareness.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now. Meghan, how are you today? Which, by the way, I just have to say, yes.
Enjoy them.
I forgot to have fun. You're right. You're right.
That 2-hour podcast that I just had to sit through with Jamie Kern Lima, who is also very cut off from the rest of the world.
You've had it harder than literally any other person on the planet. Even Jesus, nailed up to the cross, didn't suffer as much as you.
I know.
Just love that this is what the Lord willed me to do with my will, to make another podcast where celebrities can talk about how hard their lives are, not to help people. No.
Meghan's podcast started going viral and boom, South Park came in fast with a roast that hit hard. They mocked how weird and fake the whole thing felt, like the slow talking and try-hard emotions, and people online said the parody felt more real than the podcast. Now even folks who didn't care before are calling it super cringe, and then something even worse happened right after.
If it's truly what we want, then we really can get away from it all. No more magazines and Netflix shows. We really can live a normal life. Yes, I'm sure you agree, darling. We can be the people we talked about being, with no more worries about how we look or the image we project to people. What matters is what we have on.
What do Americans really think of Harry and Meghan? We despise them.
So why did you say yes to doing this show?
Because it's you. And to me, that means...
Are you okay? Oh, that's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. What's my line? How are you? I know, you always make it about me. I do. So now let's discuss. Wait, you're supposed to talk about how amazing I am at being a friend to you?
So this was meant to be a deep talk, but it turned into Meghan just hyping herself like some promo ad, and South Park didn't let that slide. They exposed how every word felt rehearsed, like she was trying to go viral, not be real, and the show made fun of it big time, using words like growth and healing in a super fake way, and fans were like, yeah, this is exactly how we felt. Instead of feeling close, they felt pushed away, and South Park nailed that fake vibe perfectly. Then came a moment that had everyone laughing like crazy.
Do you think you'll be married forever?
Yes.
I have a letter.
He's also a fox. If you haven't noticed, my husband's very, very handsome. But his heart is even more beautiful.
Something's up here. See that little shoulder shrug when she said yes?
Yes, yes,
Did you hear how high her voice was when she said yes?
yes.
When we're stressed, our larynx closes up a little bit and our voice tone gets a little bit higher. That's why the pitch of the yes is so high.
What we're doing here is as, if not more important than solving world hunger.
Wow.
I practiced really hard to come off as genuine.
So did I.
I think it's working.
I do too.
So even the snacks got roasted. Meghan gave her guest pretzels and called them divinely ordered, and South Park turned that into a big joke from there. It got worse with characters throwing out words like destiny and purpose like they meant nothing, and the internet went crazy with memes saying South Park didn't even need to make stuff up. And then came a scene so awkward it made everyone cringe hard.
I don't care. Don't care.
What the hell?
What did he just say? He victimized me. It's because I'm an ethnic woman.
He can't do that. I'll say, wait, you're ethnic? This is an outrage. There's this horrible spy who lives across the street from us, and we're gonna get him back by changing our brand.
Is this you? Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim.
Yeah, that's totally me.
Welcome to the Jamie Kern Lima show.
Her show is unlike any I've ever done.
A revelation. When you listen, it feels like a hug, but your brain and your spirit and your heart is like, wow.
When I look into Jamie's eyes, I feel like I am on some other cosmic level with her.
I could see the light around her. She's infused with light.
So it got worse because Meghan's emotional talk felt more like a scripted show than something real, and South Park nailed that by showing how fake the pauses and lines looked, even adding fake claps to mock it, and fans agreed, saying it felt more like image control than honesty, and people online called it super cringe, and somehow the next part made it all even more ridiculous.
But before I go to bed almost every night, I email them.
Wow.
They will end up at one point in their life, maybe when they're 16 or when they're 18, that I say, here's an email that I've been keeping for you.
Because that's really what you want when you're 18. 40,000 emails, Maureen, from your mother.
These emails are so that when my children are of age, they can come to me and say, oh my God, you loved us so much. It's me.
It's divinely ordered how many times we've said I and me. Why did you say yes to this show?
And then you're like, do it. I was like, what? You're like, do it. I was like, what? You're like, do it. And then I was scared.
Yeah.
So even Meghan's story about emailing her kids got roasted. It was meant to be sweet, but South Park made it a joke, showing how fake and dramatic it felt, and people said it didn't seem real, just another way to look like the perfect mom. And once again, what was supposed to feel honest came off as totally staged, and then it got even more awkward.
Can you imagine being Archie or Lilibet and opening this inbox of 6,000 emails when you turn 18? No one wants that, not the children. And also it sets this really unrealistic expectation, which Meghan is so good at doing for other parents.
If I don't have meetings in the morning, then I try to do school drop-off. They're at two different schools. So from 6:30 in the morning on drop-off mornings for me, I'm not home till 9.
Her life is so hard because she has to do school drop-offs, and thank God that she's got a live-in nanny basically raising these two children. She's trying to sell herself as this wholesome mother who's baking cookies and making tea for the rest of the family.
And this was one of the most, every mother out there will understand. She wants us to put together a fruit crudité board for our children in the morning. Now, look, Maureen.
I can't.
Look at this.
I can't.
So get this. The more Meghan tried to sound deep, the more people lost interest, and South Park jumped on that, showing how every word felt way too serious with slow talking and dramatic pauses. And fans said the parody felt more real than the podcast because the calm music and serious faces made it feel fake, like a show, not a real talk, and people online admitted they zoned out halfway through, and just when it felt too much, her next move made it even worse.
Yes, took them out of the box, put them in some other packets, which seems to be Meghan's idea of cooking.
When you were saying, like, do you want to just do like cozies and no makeup? I like the idea of like, okay, great, let's let them see us.
Nobody talks like that. Nobody acts like that, because that's weird behavior that we're seeing from both of these people if we're supposed to be thinking under the impression that they're being authentic.
So things really started to go downhill when Meghan showed up with no makeup, trying to look real and honest, but South Park made fun of it, showing how even that felt staged with perfect lights and angles, and fans said it looked more like a planned image move than something natural. And the show joked that it wasn't about being makeup free, it was about making it a headline, and by then people were already checking out of the podcast.
She's allegedly wearing no makeup. Meanwhile, she's got like the perfect blowout. Like she's completely camera ready. And she also is pretending that she's crying. There isn't a tear in sight. It's an actor's trick.
During promotion for Suits, she was joking with one of the photographers that she can cry on command. Left eye, go. And then you watch a tear fall down her face, and then she starts cackling because she's so proud of herself.
She has this really famous thing where she says one tap left eye and she can make herself cry on demand.
You haven't seen any of the questions ahead of time, and we're in our sweats, and you look the exact same with no makeup as makeup, and we're
that's very
It's just another lie from Meghan where she's told us one thing about this wholesome family life that she's got, but really it's staff behind the scenes that are upholding this entire image for this woman.
So it got worse, not just because people were annoyed, because they were bored, and South Park mocked how slow and fake deep the podcast felt, with fans saying they couldn't even finish it, and instead of feeling real, it just pushed people away. And what came next showed it was all about image, even in the activism stuff.
Thank you for trusting me with your first ever podcast and with your friendship.
Yeah. Means a lot, Jamie. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a very accepting person. Truly, I want to like something about her. I'm searching for something to like about her, and it's so hard.
And this podcast with Jamie Kern Lima was absolutely car crash. I mean, Jamie Kern Lima is actually a very successful woman, self-made billionaire. However, she is a fame whore because, she first found fame by appearing on the first series of Big Brother. She believes that she's the new Oprah Winfrey. And the problem is, you realize these are the types of people Meghan Markle is surrounding herself with. And none of them are prepared to ever give her a dose of reality.
So get this, even her clothes became part of the drama, and it totally flopped. She talked about wearing fashion from ethical women brands, but South Park turned it into a joke with over-the-top outfits that made no sense. And fans said the message got lost in the image. It felt more like a style ad than something real, and critics said it all looked too perfect, like it was more about branding than belief, and South Park didn't mock the cause, they mocked how she packaged it, and then came a part that had everyone rethinking the whole thing.
She didn't make the Times list of cool people, but she did get invited there because her agency probably bought her access. This is one of the goofiest things ever.
Because I think it speaks to the tiny moments of joy that are so effortless and just create a little bit of magic that we're all craving.
What in the hell word salad is this?
Tiny little flower petals that are dried. I started putting them on salads. I started putting them on scrambled eggs. Level of charm that you find people have when they see these tiny little dried petals is something I can't fully wrap my head around, but I appreciate.
I'm elevating it by putting dried flower petals on all of my food.
She married for money. It's very clear she bagged the elephant. She was thrilled she became a, quote, princess.
I mean, Meghan did claim that before dating Harry, she never Googled him, and she said she didn't know much about the royal family.
It was planned from the beginning. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it. And
Before they met?
Yes.
But as soon as Meghan Markle made it absolutely clear that it was all about the moolah, it was all about the big bucks, it was all about trading off the royal name, but she was lining up these deals when she was still the Duchess of Sussex. She was in talks with Disney, she was in talks with the publishing companies, in talks with Netflix. At that point, the late Queen Elizabeth II, quite rightly, in my opinion, said, no, there is no half in, half out. So you can go, you go with our blessing, but you lose everything.
Meghan has always said that, she's got lots of staff around her, and we've heard lots of complaints from lots of people that have worked for Meghan.
So guess what? Just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, turns out Meghan's still using a royal title she's not even supposed to have anymore. Like she's calling herself Her Royal Highness behind closed doors, even though that was taken away when she and Harry stepped back, and South Park caught that quick, using it to show she might not be ready to let go of the royal spotlight, and fans online said this proved it was never about stepping back. It was about keeping the image, and South Park didn't twist anything. They just pointed it out and people got the hint fast. And the final joke was hiding in one little word she just wouldn't stop saying.
Zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. That is a title that was stripped from her when she and Harry made their whole racism debacle and left the UK, left their royal duties, and moved to the US to bug all of us. She's using it in private with her friends. That's even weirder than if they were still trying to milk the titles in public. That is just like all the confirmation that I need that this woman is just obsessed with being a royal, that is all this was all about. That she's angry that she screwed the pooch by claiming racism and basically getting kicked out of the family. She just can't give up the HRH titles that quickly. Like, this is literally what she has always wanted.
40 minutes into the podcast, this little picture, quite a grainy picture flashed up, which shows a basket of, homemade preserves with a card on it, HRH, Duchess of Sussex, Meghan.
You dropped off this gift basket with ice creams, homemade strawberry sauce to put on top of the ice cream.
I find it a little bit cringe to give a gift to a close friend and sign it Her Royal Highness.
Why even in private? She's using that full title, Her Royal Highness.
I would never refer to myself as Her Royal Highness.
They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm going to put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
So here's the wildest part. The final roast came from one tiny word that Meghan kept saying over and over again in the podcast, like it was supposed to sound hopeful and deep, but South Park turned it into a joke by making their characters end almost every line with that same word, yet until it got super annoying and lost all meaning. Fans caught it quick and made it a meme saying it showed just how fake and rehearsed the whole thing felt, and soon people couldn't even hear the word without laughing at the parody, and that's what made it hit so hard. South Park didn't make it up, they just pointed at what was already bugging everyone, and after that, fans weren't just laughing, they were done giving her the benefit of the doubt.
Usually when we're together, we're in our cozy sweats and no makeup. So that's how we are today. No one's picked up my book proposal yet.
Yes.
I haven't found my soulmate yet. Everything is yet.
The power of yet.
The power of yet. Yet. Yet.
But I'm happy. I'm happy, and the kids are healthy, and H is great, but I'm trying to also enjoy these big wins right now.
Yes.
Enjoy them.
Yeah, she's a princess too, and Harry is slaying dragons to rescue her.
Look what we built. We've built a beautiful life, and we have 2 healthy, beautiful children. And I always think about it like the end of Super Mario Brothers when you get to the final level. And what's the goal in Super Mario? They're like, slay the dragon, save the princess. I'm like, that's my husband.
Who is Harry rescuing her from? The family she abandoned before making him abandon his?
Now it's getting serious, because this backlash is costing her real deals after the roast blew up. Reports say studios like Paramount and A24 are pulling away from her, and that's not just talk, that's real damage. What started as a cringe podcast turned into a full image crash, and now companies see her as a risk, not a brand. And fans are saying this proves being fake doesn't work anymore, and if this keeps going more, doors might close. But the final thing South Park did left everyone stunned.
Now, there is no doubt about it that Meghan Markle's viral video created a new negative wave of backlash against her that resulted in many other studios actually deciding to put any kind of affiliation with her either to a halt or firing her directly. That's exactly what happened with both Paramount and A24.
Get ready for the last hit, because South Park didn't just make fun of a podcast. They showed how the whole vibe around Meghan was starting to shift by the time it ended. Fans realized this wasn't just jokes. It was truth in disguise. They basically put a mirror up to her image and showed everything people had been thinking, but never said that podcast was supposed to be real and emotional. But it felt more like a guide on how not to connect with anyone, from the fake deep tone to the buzzwords and perfect delivery. Nothing felt real, and fans were over it. The backlash blew up because people are done with stuff that feels fake, from the divine snacks to the no-tear, crying to the preachy fashion. Nothing clicked, and South Park didn't miss. They called it all out with perfect timing, and now the drama is just getting louder. If you're into real talk and wild celeb tea, don't forget to follow Jacob Reports and let me know. Did South Park cross the line, or just say what everybody else was thinking?